If you'd rather spend Friday night at home than at a crowded party, most people think something's wrong with you. But psychology says the opposite. People who genuinely prefer solitude often possess a rare personality trait that only 15 to 20% of the population has, and it's actually a sign of emotional strength. Point 1. High self-sufficiency. First, you don't need constant validation. Most people rely on social interaction to feel good about themselves. They need likes, comments, conversations, approval. But if you prefer being alone, you've developed something called internal validation. You don't need other people to tell you you're okay. You already know. And that's a level of emotional independence most people never reach. Point 2. Deeper thinking. Second, your brain craves depth over stimulation. Studies show that people who prefer solitude tend to be deep thinkers. Small talk drains you because your mind is wired for meaningful conversation and complex ideas. You're not antisocial, you're selectively social. You'd rather have one real conversation than 10 shallow ones. And that's not a flaw, that's intellectual honesty. Point 3. Lower tolerance for drama. Third, you have a low tolerance for unnecessary drama. People who love being alone notice something most people ignore. Social groups come with baggage, gossip, manipulation, fake energy. You're not avoiding people. You're avoiding the emotional mess that comes with them. And psychology backs this up. High-functioning introverts are better at recognizing toxic patterns early and protecting their peace. Point 4. Stronger sense of self. Fourth, you actually know who you are. When you spend time alone, you're forced to sit with yourself. No distractions, no performance, just you. And that builds self-awareness. Most people avoid being alone because they don't like what they find. But if you're comfortable in solitude, it means you've done the inner work. You're not running from yourself. You're at home with yourself. Point 5. Creative and reflective mind. And finally, solitude fuels creativity. History's greatest thinkers, writers, and innovators spent massive amounts of time alone. Einstein, Tesla, J.K. Rowling. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's where ideas are born. Your brain needs silence to process, reflect, and create. And if you naturally seek that out, you're tapping into something powerful. So, if people call you distant, antisocial, or too independent, don't believe them. Preferring solitude doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're self-sufficient, thoughtful, and strong enough to exist without constant noise. And that's not common, that's rare.